Maggie.
I'm Emma.
Felicity.
Jordan.
Autumn. Morgan.
On the day before Thanksgiving in 1971, history was forever changed. America would never completely trust again. For many years, people have wondered who the famous D.B. Cooper was and what he did. Some think he might be one of the many heroes we have. However, knowing the truth might change the way people think of him. The incident in 1971 was the beginning of a new era when it came to terrorism. The Federal Bureau of Investigations documents in their reports that the day before Thanksgiving in 1971, the Northwest Orient Airline had a plane going from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. A man paid cash for a ticket to Flight 305 under the name Dan Cooper. Dan was wearing a dark suit, white shirt, black tie with a mother-of-pearl tie clip. He was not required to show photo ID when he paid cash for the ticket. When the plane took off, it had a total of 37 passengers. Staff on the plane confirmed that he slipped the flight attendant a note with threats and advised her to write down his demands and gave them to the pilot. His demands included $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. The captain contacted the airline officials and they collected the money and parachutes on the ground. And at 5:24 p.m., the passengers were able to get off the plane safely. However, Cooper also demanded them to fly him to Mexico, and officials on the ground told him to comply with whatever Cooper demanded. Cooper seems to have jumped off the plane before stopping to refuel in Reno, Nevada. After that, the case was on. As the hunt for D.B. Cooper began, many things began to evolve. Even though Cooper left some details, no DNA was able to be retrieved until years later when the case reopened. After several searches take place, they released the serial numbers on the bill given to Cooper. Newspapers and airlines were offering a reward to anyone that found the money or Cooper. In the spring of 1972, more searches took place. The detectives have not yet came to any new conclusions about Cooper and his methods. As officials tended to get nowhere in the case, there were a few theories that may have came about. One was Richard McCoy, who was arrested and then killed after being suspected for a second hijacking and jumping out of a plane above Utah. Another was Dwayne Weber, who was on his deathbed and confessed to being D.B. Cooper. And as his wife looked into the situation, she started to believe that he wasn't lying. Another was after watching the Unsolved Mysteries show, Lyle Christensen called the FBI saying that he thought that D.B. Cooper could have been his brother, Kenneth Christensen. After remembering a mystery from Christmas of 1971, a son suspected his father to be long-lost D.B. Cooper. Over the years, there have been many theories about who he could have been or what he could have done. After all these years, the hijacking in 1971 still remains a mystery. Just recently, in the spring of 2016, the Federal Bureau of Investigation decided to finally lay the case to rest. This is just one of the incidents that happened in America that has changed people's lives forever.